Hi everyone, it's Jock's Girl. I'm using my iPad, so I hope you can hear me because usually when I use it, you can't hear me very well. But my smartphone is telling me that I don't have any storage space left. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to have to do it this way. It is December 30th and it is the 6th day of Christmas. So as promised, I'm going to show you some family history stuff. I only did a very tiny bit of stitching today, so it's not even worth showing you. I'm going to show you my family history. Just a little bit of it because I've got a lot of it. We all have a lot of it. But this one here, this is my great grandfather. And his name is Edward, and he was born in Ireland in 1862. And I have a huge portrait of him like this big. This one here is a copy. It's a very good copy, but it's a copy nonetheless. This was a copy from many years ago. I don't know who copied it, how they did it. I don't know if it was a print that was made at that time. There were several of these pictures in my family, so there were smaller ones and big ones. So I can imagine that him and his wife probably had the big ones, and then there was two sets of smaller ones that we believe we know of. We do know for a fact that there was a smaller set, and my mother, I think, has that one. My mother or my uncle, one of them. But anyways, I have the big, huge ones. They're in my sitting room. Maybe one of these days I'll show them to you, but basically that's the picture. And this is his wife, Louisa. And she was born in England. And I don't know how they met. But anyways, I'm going to put these in a scrapbook and tell their little story. I'm very lucky to have these copies here. Now, I keep a scrapbook and I don't attach my pictures in with adhesive tape. I use those little photo corners so that way they can come out. And for an example, I will show you one of my books that I'm kind of working on little by little. There's a lot of empty places because I plan to put stuff in there. Let me show you one of my older pictures, like this one. Now I know I've mentioned him before. So he's from my maternal grandmother's side of the family. So that means my mother's grandfather. That's him. And we share a birthday, which is pretty cool. And that's the stepmother that I mentioned in my other video. And I had posted their picture on, it was either Ancestry, I think it was Ancestry, because I have a couple of websites that I go to, but her great niece said that she'd never seen a picture of her, and she was so excited, and she knew that that was them because she remembered that she had married a man in America, and that his last name was Shevik. So that's my great-great-grandfather on my maternal mother's side, and that was a stepmom. I don't have one that I know of my birth great-great-grandmother. And then this one here is from my maternal grandfather's side. So my mother's father's lineage. Pretty cool, huh? So in my book, I just put like a little bit of information. I figure I can always add more. Sometimes I put stuff behind. So in this one, I just talk about them a little bit. I don't know much about them, but just the information that I gathered, I put a timeline for the both of them. And I think, let me see. Yeah, I put some more information behind here of what I, like, oh, you can't see it. But anyways, yeah, see, there's some writing. So I wrote something in there. I don't remember. It's been a couple of years since I worked on that one. And now, of course, I can't get it back in there. But, yeah. So that's them. I have some really fun stuff, too. I have, like, one of my great-grandmothers, her diploma. I actually have a lot of diplomas from the family. My grandmother's, I think I have my grandfather's. I might even have a great aunt's diploma. I have my great grandfather's naturalization papers, like I was talking about, in the actual documents. I have a lot of actual documents, which is really cool. I'm very blessed that the family kept this stuff together. And it sat in the attic for years, which is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. It survived long enough for me to get my hands on it. So that's what I'm doing. I have a couple of family trees online, as well as I'm making this book, so that way I have documents here in case those things that are out there on the internet disappear. You never know. And then I have this, which I'm going to work on with my daughter. This is whoops. Can you see it? Yeah. So it's a 5-generation family pedigree. And there's different forms you can have. There's, I think, 3 different types that you can get. Whatever you get, you can find whatever you like. I found this in a scrapbook store. And so you start out with the baby. You write the baby's information and that child's dad and mom. So my daughter will put her information, then me and my husband, and then it goes from there to like other relatives, her grandparents, or her grandparents on either side and such. And so it's just a way to fill it out. It can go on and on and on. There are some websites out there that are free, and then there are some that you pay for. There's various ways to get information. So if you guys are interested, it's kind of fun to like look it up. Every 10 years, there's a new census from, I can't even tell you off the top of my head how far back. I think this year we might get the 1940s, or am I incorrect? I'd have to think about it. We might be getting the 1950s coming up here soon. So all the information will be released. They don't release a whole lot. They don't have it too close to the present time, just for privacy, I think, reasons. And so when that comes out, whatever they have from that 10 years, from that decade, can be public. And then people like myself will help to get the stuff onto the internet. It's actually kind of fun. I like seeing other people's information, and sometimes I'll even Google a little further and find more information for them, which is a lot of fun when you're nosy. I guess that's about it. Family history for me is a lot of fun. Getting to see, there's some different information out there. It's fun to, like they say in the commercial, you get to see, maybe grandparents' actual signatures and things. I think I found that a child was born and possibly didn't survive because it's only mentioned one time, and that was when there was a baptism. And so 2 children were baptized, and they put the child's name, and then after that child disappears. So it's possible that they had another child that had passed, and that's these grandparents that I'm talking about. So I have more pictures to follow from them, but yeah, it's just, it's nice. Sometimes you get out there and you get online and you meet people. I recently connected with like a second or a third cousin, and she has a lot of my family history. And so I had contacted her, and luckily she right away contacted me, and we started talking and to say like how we're related, and she even had further information than what I had. So sometimes you have to be careful because you don't know if it's an actual fact. There's some stuff out there that isn't true. Some women try to contact me. Hey, come here. Some woman tried to contact me, or I shouldn't say she tried to, that sounds terrible. She contacted me, and she thought that she had found a missing person in her life, and so she was real excited. And then I told her that's not that person. I know my aunt because she was my maternal aunt, my mother's sister, and I knew her very well. And so I said, no, unfortunately, the names are similar, but that's not that person. But good luck with your search. So you never know. But I mean, she could have put the information in her family tree and thought that that's, we were connected somehow, but we weren't. I've had that happen too. Someone said, well, that's not how the story goes, that connection. That was a stepchild and blah, 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 and whatever. And I just thought, who cares? Didn't care. There's a stepchild. He's still related to me. Yeah. So anyways, that's my story for now. So I do know that I have family from Ireland and England. When I did my DNA, I did not see much or any of that in there, which is kind of interesting. I know I looked at my mother and I said, where did I come from? Because I was just looking to see the timer, because I don't see much of that stuff in my DNA at all. And I'm just like, are you sure I wasn't adopted or switched at birth? So I'm doing another DNA test just to see what happens, what comes up with that. So it's fun. I mean, you know, I believe we're all God's children, and I believe we all go back all the way to the Garden of Eden. So somehow I'm connected to all y'all. Like it or not, you get stuck with me. All right, you guys, take care. Hopefully I'll have some more Stitchy stuff. Thank you guys for the comments. Stitchy Michaela, I know you want another cookie, huh? Yeah, no more cookies. You just sent me a comment. Thank you so much. She loves me. Yes, don't you? You love your mama. And then also a new face. I hope you guys don't mind dog kisses. Oh my gosh, I love this girl so much. Yes, don't I? Yeah. If you guys follow me on Instagram, stop. You would see that she's so affectionate with me. Usually this type of dog isn't this affectionate, but since I brought her home, I've just been extremely affectionate with her. Haven't I? Yes. So it's like expected. She gets kisses. She puts her head down. She wants her kisses. So can you say goodbye? No? Can you say goodbye? What? I love you. You're such a good girl. Yeah. This is the one that bit my finger. So she just tooted if you heard that. It wasn't me. It was her. I just bet her. Oh, yes. Yeah, I was training her, and she bit me, so it's okay. She bites me sometimes. It's on accident. Huh. Yeah. Okay, say goodbye. All right, you guys, I hope you didn't mind. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will talk to you later. Bye.